Yo, what is up guys, Emmy here hitting you up with a new Battlefield of Time guide video. Before we start, quick thing in eigener Sache. The new CC program season just started, so in case you want to support me or you have to extend or re-support me, link in the description down below. Appreciate every single one of you. Let's jump into the build. Okay, for the build, I cooked up something which is not as RNG heavy. There are different, kind of a couple of different ways you want to approach this Eiberg fight, but Eiberg in general is very annoying because you need a lot of RNG to work on how the minions work, and if you crit, because it's a lot of crit you need. So I came up with a build for you guys, or showing you a build today, which is not the absolute fastest version, but it is one of the fastest versions you can come up with. As you can see, 37 seconds, and it's not as crit RNG heavy, and you will not lose your sanity using this build. Now, what do we have here? We have Jinwoo, we're using the Wukong staff, and we're using the Huntsman weapon. What we need for this build is the A10 Wukong staff that is needed for this one. Then we got Min as support, Min, Akari, and Fisher. For the shadows, Baru, Bestie, and Serbi. For Jinwoo, War Obsidian. We have Palace Sylph for Min. We have Akari with a full blessing, and we have Fisher with Holy Sylph set. Also, it's interchangeable. You can go either way. I would just suggest you guys keep the blessing set on the Akari. That's the only thing. It doesn't matter which way around you have it for the other two. But yeah, you can do whatever when it comes to this. The build is not that strict that you have to have certain sets on that specific support hunter. You can also mix and match. For the runes, for the skills we're using, we're gonna bring surprise attack because that increases the damage we do once we break him. And we're using overshadow. Overshadow, there are two different ways. So I will go in depth in that build. The purple overshadow also works for this. Gold overshadow just saves you a little bit of time, but purple also works for this. Then we have armor break, and we have DD light because this one provides us with a 50% crit damage buff. This is what we need for this build. Now for the rune, for the blessing stones, reawakening, pulverize, intuit, and desire. I know some of you maybe have not desire or something, but at least for this specific build, you don't need any red skills or mythic skills. You're good enough with just gold skills. That's for that. And for the cores, Ice Mind core and purple spirit core on Jinwoo, and that's really about it. The rest you don't really need. And yeah, let's jump into the breakdown. Once you enter the stage, you want to start off casting Fisher. It's a little bit similar, or kind of similar, to we did Eiberg the last couple of seasons. So we go to the middle guy over here, and we're going to turn around, and then we're going to cast Akari. Akari will trigger the blessing effect, and also will trigger our overshadow. Plus she will also stop these two shadows right there, so they cannot chase us with their skills. And this is like a little bit of RNG depending on how these shadows like to move around, but this strat here is a lot easier than going with the vertical arts water strat. Hitting all of them with one VA is insanely annoying. It's insanely annoying. This has a lot more leeway. It's a lot easier and room for mistake. It's obviously not the 100% fastest, but it is still very fast. Now here comes a technique I want to share with you guys. Now, you can use overshadow in this situation. There are two different situations you have. Now, if you do not have the gold overshadow, you only have a purple overshadow. What you want to do here with overshadow, you just let the whole animation play out so they all die, and then probably just one survives, and then we talk about the next step. But if you have the gold version, you do not have to wait out the entire animation. So once you basically start hitting them, you can immediately dash out of it. Okay, this is what you can do if you have the gold version. You can immediately dash out of it, and if there's one alive, here you want to use your DD light and kill off the one remaining shadow. Once that happens, there's no need to dash. You don't need to do anything right here. Just hold down your Wukong staff right off the bat. Just hold it down, charge it up, and once you reach full stack, And because the mini boss will just teleport behind you, he will do that all the time. So you do not have to change the camera setting or readjust anything. You don't have to do anything, just charge up. Once he spawns, just target lock on him and hit him, and he's going to die. You don't even need to crit to kill him. There's also another thing. With the different build, you have to crit as well to kill the middle boss. With this build, you do not need crit. Now we're here at the Eiberg stage, and usually what we did in the past is we look to the left with Grim and then cast the Grim. We are not doing that since we are using the Wukong staff for this fight. What we're gonna do is we move to the left where he is driving, and then we just start using our core attack a little bit, just because we want to make sure that we recover a bit of our mana, because as you know guys, we're using obsidian and we're using desire, so we have to manage our mana perfectly. What we're gonna do is once we hit him or something, go around, like recover a little bit of mana. It's like nothing really. And we also want to trigger our QTE skill. Here we're gonna dash into the lava, and we wanna shadow step and then cast Min, and we wanna cast our shadow army. Now what we're gonna do in this situation is we will hold down the basic attack button because we wanna activate our collapse surprise attack QTE, and we wanna hold down our QT button. So since I'm playing with controller, I'm holding down the R2 button while holding down the basic attack button. So I'm holding down two buttons at once, so that as soon as you saw, like there was just one frame, I even have it on 0.25, it would just blink up. You can go back in the footage right now, but it was very short. You saw it blinking just barely for one frame only because I was holding down the button. That means I got the insta frame immediately to activate the surprise attack. Now that the surprise attack is activated, we're just waiting for our DD light to be ready, which is basically immediately, and then we cast DD light. Let the animation finish. Don't rush it too much. Really wait out the whole animation till you see the light. Once you see the light, this is where you want to use your huntsman. Use your huntsman, but wait for the recoil. Don't, as I said here, it's a little bit of timing. It's not difficult, but just you need a little bit of patience, okay? Just wait for the recoil to happen and then use your armor break light skill. Now this is the easiest part now. Now we have to manage our mana. This is where you have to take a look at. Now probably don't see it perfectly, but you see here we have 500 mana. This is right now a little bit too low, because if we now use our Wukong staff, that would mean we would lose our obsidian buff. We still have our desire buff, but we would lose our obsidian buff. So this is, especially with desire builds, you have to really pay attention to your mana pool, because there's only that 200 MP window where you can have both effects active. Now once we broke the Eiberg, what you want to do here is, so you see here fish is about to be ready, and the Wukong staff is also about to be ready. And what we want to do, it already triggered because I used it, but once you broke and use the armor break, what you want to do is you want to use your basic attack or core attack, whatever is available at this point. It doesn't matter too much, but you want to use your basic attack because the basic attack will recover roughly around 170 mana. So you will be, as you can see, from 500 MP we jumped up to 670. This is where we are jumping up in mana. This is perfect. This is all you need. So basically you just want to use your basic attack once just to get that one short mana boost. You cast your fisher now, and then you want to dash to the side because you want to dash out of the basic animation, and then you just start charging up your Wukong staff. That's basically it. Then you just charge up your Wukong staff, and you see here we have still 1 second cooldown on our Akari. We wanna make sure that we have that buff active, and as you can see, we are at the top, like at the peak or apex of our Wukong staff animation. Like this is actually like frame perfect timing in this sense. And here you want to cast your Akari, because as you can see, we're getting the burning blessing effect, which is a 20% damage increase, and we're also getting brilliance, which is basically the 16% crit rate we need here. Now what happens is we're gonna bonk him and the first hit has to crit. This is all that needs to happen. You just need that one crit from the Wukong staff. And if you see like 22 bars or something, it really doesn't matter too much because you will notice anyways. Because once you finish the entire animation, Eiberg has like 3 bars left. Not that much more. Like, I think if you have, since we're using Intuit and stuff, like if you have the mythic versions of these skills, you probably can one-shot. Right here, you can probably one-shot with the red skills, but we have only gold skills, so there's a little bit of HP left. Now what we're gonna do, since our overshadow is now ready again, we hold down our QTE button, use overshadow, and this is gonna kill. Now if you get frame perfect and get the right timing here and there, you can even get sub 37 seconds. You can obtain 36 seconds with stage 1. My fastest split for phase 2 was, I believe, 12.0 seconds. And in this one I had how much, or 12.1 or something like that. Yeah, as you can see, 12.4. I got like 12.1 or 12.0, I'm not 100% sure. But with this build you can actually also get 36 if you're really trying to get frame perfect with everything. But this is your 37 seconds guide, with which just requires you 1 crit and a lot of nerfs, especially with Eiberg. So guys, if you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below. I really appreciate it. See you with the next one. Deuces.